So what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? For the industry or more so about myself?
Okay, we'll start with the industry.
Okay. The industry. I love the industry for opening me up to a lot more opportunities. I never would be where I'm at today had it not been for the industry itself, had it not been for this career path and the jobs that it offers. I met a lot of really wonderful people along the way, so I'm really blessed about that. I I definitely felt pretty welcomed, like branching into the industry. I think that everybody can truly find their unique niche, and I think that's a wonderful thing to be able to have. Because I was very closeted, like bi for the
Right.
longest time. And without the industry and the career path, I don't know that I would have like branched out that fast or had even been that open to the ideas of all the crazy things I've done. But I love it, and I I wouldn't have it any other way.
Has the industry helped you to explore sexually? And you mentioned you were
Absolutely.
closet bi, but anything else?
Yes, absolutely. I discovered a lot of things about myself, a lot of things about my body, a lot of things about my sexuality and what I like intimately. Um, I discovered a lot of juicy things like that. I'm very bi. I love being a switch, but I'm also pretty submissive. But I don't know. We might tap into some femdom.
Right.
That's fun. But I would say just the ability to be able to be a different avatar or character each and every
Right.
day. You go one day from being a cheerleader to a girl next door
Right.
to, you know, like a yoga instructor to a
Right.
camp counselor. I love it. I love the uniqueness and the diversity in each and every day. It's never the same. Each set is never the same.
And the sex aspect of it, is that a performance for you, or you generally like the sex you're doing, or is it a combination of both?
Oh, absolutely. The way I like to describe the sex on set would primarily be edging. I like to consider it edging because, there comes times where you're recording for an amount of time to get a certain scene and then you have to cut it. And so you just like stop in the
Right.
middle of it and then you have to rearrange the cameras or maybe you need to fix up the position or like rearrange the lighting and stuff like that. So it is very much so like edging when, you're going at it full throttle and then you stop and then you're going at it again and then you
Right.
stop and for like well over an hour or two or more depending on the set. Um so yeah, it's very much like edging, especially for the man, I would assume. I mean, I can't speak for them, but especially for them, I would assume, because they really can't come until the end.
Right.
So yeah.
Is that a problem with you when you work with male performers? Do you arouse them too much or turn them on too much? They want to pop sooner?
I would say yes, it's happened a good handful of times. And then sometimes you'll be really lucky and you'll have a male talent that, it's just like, oh, it's fine. Like I can come like 2 or 3 times
Right.
today. Like, so that's always really fun. But yes, I love it.
For you, is that a conscious thing though? You just love this man's penis so much, you're just having so much fun with it that you want to get to the end. You like the fun maybe, or are you just trying to? Are you a sadist? You're trying to crucify this dude with this
A little
amazing
bit of
vagina,
both.
or
A little bit of both. Like part of me wants to just keep sucking on it for hours.
right,
And then the other part of me just wants to like edge him and tease him and just like, you know, have my way with his cock.
right?
If that makes any sense.
Oh,
Just
total, total.
making him blow loads like for me, in me, on me.
But for you, is that a power thing for you? Because you know you
Absolutely.
got this man's thing in your hands and you can basically have him at your mercy.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely a power move. I really like playing with their balls. I like to just have their balls in clutch too. Like suck on them, lick on them, play with them. It's very much a power move. I love being a switch. I like to be submissive and let them have their fun a little bit, and then I like to switch when they're least expecting it.
Have you always been a cock tease?
Have I what?
Always been a cock tease.
Maybe. Maybe.
Do you
I like to.
remember? I mean, is that something you picked up in high school or something when you got a lot of attention from the boys and you noticed you had this power over them, for lack of a better word?
I noticed I really liked sloppy toppy. I really like head. I like giving head. I like giving pleasure as much as I like receiving it.
Cool. We'll come back to that. Um, let's make you some money first. Tell me about your OnlyFans.
Yeah, my OnlyFans, I primarily do solo content on there, a lot of like customs, a lot of video calls, a lot of personalized requests. My handle is Hellgirl, HELLGIRLXXO, or it should be your XOXO. um, but yes, I can definitely give you that. And then my Twitter is hellgirlxoxo as well. But
And
I love it. I love solo creation because had it not been for solo creation, I never would be where I'm at today either. Because I originally started out on OnlyFans, and when that excelled, that's when I decided to reach out to an agency, and they started to get me professional bookings, and I started to fly from North Carolina to um, Los Angeles like every 2 weeks. And then that got to be a lot, pretty stressful, a lot of traveling that was kind of unnecessary. So I decided to just move out here.
OnlyFans. How did you
Yeah,
get on that? Did you somebody recommend it? Did you know what it was? Was it
I think during COVID and everything, I think a lot of people started opening up to that content to be able to
right?
make a source of income. So I think it was really just like word of mouth, like the publicity, the like, just people talking about it and, all of the engagement that that site was getting. That's probably where and why I heard about it. But I put a lot of thought into it. I probably a good 6 8 months of thought into it before I truly decided to. And when I really started enjoying that and liking that and seeing growth and success in that, that really that gave me the courage I needed to go farther.
Before getting on OnlyFans, had you shot dirty pictures for your boyfriends? Have you done any modeling? Have you done anything?
Yes, so no, not modeling, but I did used to do acting prior to ever starting OnlyFans and stuff. But just some small roles in a few annual plays. But it was a lot of fun. I truly enjoyed it. I loved it.
When you did the acting, did you do it for the attention, or was it for the practice, or was it for? Did you want to be an actor before you got into adult, and then you became an adult actress,
No,
actor, whatever?
I absolutely loved it. It was musicals, so that was why I got into it was
Ah,
because of choir, because yeah, singing using my voice. Because I was in choir for 5 years before I ever did the musicals and the plays, and then I did those for a few years, and um, they went really well. I did Annie and I did a little princess and I think one more, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really love reading dialogue. I love getting into script. I love getting into character. Um, I love really just like setting a theme and a setting and trying
right.
to portray the vibe of the character in that moment. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You mentioned North Carolina. Were you from North Carolina originally?
I am. Yeah. I
Bo-
am.
Born and raised?
Yes.
Did you go to a public school, private school?
I went to a public school.
And in public school, did you have a favorite subject?
Yes, it was English. I love writing. I love being a writer. There's actually something really exciting. Me and James Bartolet, we've actually been working on writing a script pretty recently for Duke's Erotic Tales. So we're going to be releasing something pretty soon. I can't say much about it, but I definitely love writing. I love writing. I love writing scripts. I love writing poetry. I love reading. I took mostly honors classes throughout high school, but I really, really loved English honors. Like, I was into that shit. I loved
Right,
writing so much.
writing for you, is it experience based? Is it fantasy based? Is it stuff you'd want to do or stuff you've already been through?
All of the above, honestly, just anything and everything that I'm feeling in my soul, like, and I think that's the beautiful thing about writing and about literature, the way that people can word things and put them um, into different perspectives as well. I think that that's beautiful. Um, yeah, I love writing poetry. I love writing like journal prompts. I love like guided journals. I love just like writing my daily affirmations and stuff like
Right.
that. Um, but yeah, I've also been working on altering some of my poems into a more lyrical format for songs. So
Cool.
yeah, I can put my words to music one day.
Cool.
Yeah.
When you write explicit stuff, like the project you and James are doing, is it
Yes.
do you enjoy writing the sex part of it, or do you enjoy writing the part that leads up to the sex?
All of it, all of the above. There's some pretty wild turns. I don't know how we came up with the shit that we do, but I'm excited for everybody to see it. I'm excited. I've loved working on it. It's been a lot of fun the past few weeks.
Going back to school, I guess you graduated grade school and high school. Were you a popular girl? Were you a loner? Were you a geek, a nerd?
I would say I was more of a chorus and drama kid. I was definitely more involved in the fine arts. Um, but yeah, I primarily kept to myself, or like my small circle of friends. Like, I definitely wasn't super popular. I mean, like, I was known, but I wasn't. I would rather keep to myself and read my books and do something that was really engaging for myself than like get involved in a bunch of like immature petty drama and shit. Like, I just
Uh,
I was more connected to nature, animals, like plants and like reading and yeah.
were you bullied in high school or grade school?
Yes, absolutely. My teeth used to not necessarily be the straightest. So that used to be a really big insecurity for me. But I got braces, I got Invisalign, and yeah. But that was definitely something throughout the years that I had to tolerate.
You're a pretty girl now. I guess you're a pretty good looking woman in high school. Did that make the other girls mad?
I would say what made the other girls mad was at one point, me kind of being like a loner and kind of like a chorus and drama nerd. I was dating
Right.
one of the most popular like football players on our high school team. I think a lot of the girls just like hated me because when him and I were dating, like
Right.
you just feel a million eyes on you, and not in the good way.
But
But
was it cool for you to be seen with the hottest dude and you're the hottest girl and fuck all these other girls, basically? Excuse my language.
I mean, yeah, there was definitely a lot of girls that just didn't like it because, I was kind of like the nerdy, like, I wasn't involved in like sports, I wasn't involved in cheer.
Right.
And yeah, so there was just a bunch of like not so like happy eyes on us throughout the duration of that relationship. But During the time I was lifeguarding at our community pool, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, that's primarily how I met that man, and how we started seeing each other over the summer was I was a lifeguard and I used to teach swim lessons and lifeguard at our community pool.
At that point, or even in high school, were you sending him or any other boyfriends naughty pictures?
Maybe. I was always pretty sexually open and curious,
Right,
and adventurous. I would say, especially like even more so than like most people. um, Probably pretty early on. I was pretty sexually intimate, but I would say primarily through high school, I did kind of have like the same like one or two like friends with benefits. I
right.
wasn't as like crazy poly in high school. I was pretty monogamous in high school. Secretly in love with my fuck buddy in high school.
I'm assuming you sent some people some pictures. Did they swear to you that they didn't show them to anybody, but you knew they did?
Most likely. I mean, I definitely had some friends that like bragging to each other and like showed like the whole friend group like their sex tapes and stuff. So like I had friends that were very open like that as well. But yeah.
Well, I'm guessing high school, but how did you know what sex was, or how did you?
I mean, obviously there's sex ed and stuff, but I would say pretty early on, in high school and stuff when I started like first really exploring with myself and with my, new partners and stuff. I I would go to Spencer's and
Right,
I would
right,
go and like, buy some toys and stuff here and there. Like
right.
I'd be all of my friends and like let's go to Bath and Body Works. Let's go in here and oh wait, let's go grab some dildos. Like, so we definitely did that a lot. I had a pretty good toy collection pretty early on, and it's only progressed and gotten better. So yeah.
Do you remember the first time you saw an adult magazine, an adult movie, adult anything?
Yeah, I would say probably like 12 or 13.
And did you know what that was? Did you understand what?
Yeah, absolutely. I used to read a ton of like dirty novels and stuff that were very sexually explicit, like finger banging
Right.
on the house and like yeah, I really love erotic novels. They were really interesting to me, and that's how I kind of started out my exploring journey and be like reading a book and masturbating at the same time.
When you saw adult material, did the thought ever cross your mind that I could do that?
Um, I was very turned on by it. I was very compelled to it. I was very intrigued with its energy and the power that it had. Um, I definitely knew I was going to be pretty sexually intimate, and like open, kind of like a nympho. I pretty much knew I was going to be a nympho pretty early on, because I definitely am. I have to have a lot of sex and come a lot every day.
Back then, did that turn on your boyfriends or scare them because you're a good-looking woman with all this sexual experience, we'll say, or knowledge?
The way I like to put it is I think in my past, I definitely dated and saw a lot of different people that I probably wouldn't necessarily now, and that's okay. Like things change. Like I said, I was pretty monogamous
Right,
in my past, but now I'm very like open, poly, like, very bi, very like, I need both. Like, give me it
right,
all. Intimidated by it because I was just wanting to do all of this exploring, and they were probably like,
right.
I don't know if I've met a girl like you.
Uh, Exploring, was that just you playing with yourself? Was that hand jobs, BJs? Did you go all the way?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I definitely lost my virginity pretty early on in high school. But yeah, I would say BJ's were my favorite thing. I loved, loved BJ's, and I love getting finger fucked, like finger banged.
Did you give a BJ before you went all the way for the first time?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I did a good few BJs before I like fully lost my virginity.
And how did you know what a BJ was? I mean, like, does the guy say, put my penis in your mouth? Does the guy,
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just like we were kind of just making out and stuff, and then he was just like suck my dick, and I mean, I'm sure I wasn't necessarily like the best the first few
all
times,
right, but
but I would say that I definitely like reading people's energy. I like
right,
reading people's vibes, people's body language. I like listening to their opinions and like what they like and what they dislike. Like I like them to teach me, like tell me how good I'm sucking your dick. Tell me how good you like it this way or that way, like tell me how you like it cuz again, I see a lot of people. I'm open to being pretty open with people. So I like to specifically know what that person in that moment likes. I like them to teach me. I think that's a really big turn on for me. Kind of like a pleasure dog in a way. Like my submissive side is like fuck me like all day long, but then my other side is like let me take control.
well, that's very cool. But what about you? When did the guys have to learn? Like, did you want them to go down on you after you went down on them? Or did
Um
they have to? Or were you just happy giving them a BJ and being done?
no, no, typically like it would just be build up. Like we would go back and forth. I very
Right,
much get off by like my partner's getting off by getting me off and then vice versa. So I really enjoyed the build up. I really enjoy the steaminess. I really enjoy us teasing and
right.
making out, sucking on each other's neck and kissing each other's bodies all
Yeah.
over, licking up and down it. And then I like getting hands here, and then I like, to suck their dick and then maybe finger fuck me and then suck on my
Mhm.
titty. Like it's a whole process. I don't like to just, dick and pussy. I think it like builds me up a lot more and it makes me so much wetter when people just take the time to kiss all over my body and like stroke me and like tease me and like
Right.
rub hands all over me and stuff.
And for you, when it comes to sex, do you like fucking or do you like being intimate and, and slow and caressing and all that? Or is there a difference for you?
I would say both. There's definitely a difference. Like I don't get me wrong, I love being pounded.
Right,
But at the same time, I would say that the best for me would be a good slow like intimate start to get me wet and really get my juices
right,
flowing.
right,
Um but then once we're like at a pretty good pace,
right.
you feel free to just pound me, like go at it. Let me feel you in my guts.
You